This is Used Gun of the Month, Episode 1, Ruger Speed 6. Let's hit the range.
This is first magazine, or first cylinder, through the Ruger Speed 6. Double action is my first shot. Well, that looked like gong hits to me. I'm going to try the gong. It's probably 25 yards out. Okay, now we'll try single action. Alright, that definitely hits. Now the gong. Not sure on that one.
We're going to start with a shout out to Generational Guns for having this gun on the shelf when I walked in last Saturday after having lunch with the crew. Thanks, Generational Guns. Fantastic gun. Glad I was there to buy it. The Ruger Speed 6 is a single action, double action, medium frame revolver that is in what Ruger calls the 6 family of revolver. This gun was available with either a 2.75 inch, a 3 inch, or a 4 inch barrel. You could get the gun chambered in 38 Special, 357 Magnum, 9x19, and 38 Smith & Wesson. The previous owner of this gun replaced the factory grips with this sort of oversized Hogue grip. I don't know, maybe they had it a Target gun or something. I am going to replace this Hogue grip and go back to, I'm hoping to find either some original grips or reproductions like them. This gun was available in either a blued or a stainless steel finish. The gun that we are shooting here today is the stainless steel finish that has the 2.75 inch barrel and is chambered in 38 Special. Off my gauge, the double action trigger was between 7 and 8 pounds, while the single action trigger was between 2.5 and 3 pounds. Now, the 6 family of revolvers are regarded as one of the first modern revolvers to have the transfer bar safety mechanism. Now, I believe the modern GP and SP line have retained this same cylinder release button style. Now, one of the appeals of these guns when they came out, besides being a very cost-effective gun, is they were overbuilt, or at least they had a reputation of being that. They were made to be shot a lot, carried as duty guns, and to be service weapons and treated as such. So they might not be, say, the prettiest gun in the world, but they are just, I don't know, like a battle tank of revolvers. They'll take a beating and keep on ticking. And as you can see in the pictures of this gun, I mean, this was a used gun. Somebody shot it. The shop obviously cleaned it up quite a bit so it looks pretty again. I took it out this weekend. It performed flawlessly. I mean, this thing is truly a battle tank. It's older than I am, but it's a lot prettier than I am too. You know, these are rugged, tough guns. They hold up well. I mean, they probably stand up to a lifetime of shooting, and that's probably why we really don't see them on the secondhand market much. Now, as far as the sights go on this gun, it did come with a blade and groove sight. The front blade is replaceable. It's in a dovetail, pinned in a dovetail. I'm going to call it the rear sight. It's a frame integrated sight, so I mean, you really can't remove that. Though, you know, I suppose if you did want to replace that front blade, you could do that. With this gun being designed as sort of a plainclothes detective style gun, to be like sort of concealed carry back in the day, I think most people probably left this sort of low profile front blade. I'm just speculating there, however. Now let's get to more footage of this gun in action. While showing the shooting footage from yesterday and today, I am going to narrate over the top of it, instead of doing that over some still images. Now, with the period that this gun was manufactured being what I'm going to call the birth of the internet, it's hard to find a spec sheet that gives, you know, some concrete numbers on it. So these are approximate. If I'm wrong, feel free to correct me in the comments. Now, off my Ruger tape measure, this gun comes in at 8 inches long, 5 inches high, and 1.5 inches wide, and I believe they weigh in around 31.5 ounces in the setup that I have. Again, this is the 2.75 inch stainless steel 38 Special model of the Speed 6 that we're shooting here today. Now, based on the serial number, from what I can tell, this gun was made between 1981 and 1982, which makes it just a little bit older than I am. Now, for a gun that old, this one has certainly held up well, and I'm going to speculate that while the previous owner obviously shot it, I don't think that it was shot hard, and it was probably kept in a drawer or is safe for most of its life and taken care of fairly well. Well enough to where it had little to no wear and tear on it, in my opinion, after what's 38 years or whatever it is. While this is called a medium frame revolver, I think compared to modern guns, it's a big, hefty gun. Especially for 38 Special, it is a beast. And there's little to no recoil shooting, especially my little cowboy loads that we started the day with, but even ending at shooting regular full factory ammo, it's you might as well be shooting a 22 in terms of recoil with how big and beefy these guns are built. Now, I think they're probably more accurate than most shooters are capable of. I wouldn't say I shot this gun fantastic accuracy day one, day two, but a lot of that is figuring out the sight picture on the low profile blade and groove sight as far as I go. And you'll notice as these videos progress that I sort of get that figured out. And one thing to me that stands out is how well this gun groups. I might not know where to aim exactly yet to hit the bullseye, but at a consistent aim point, this gun can shoot some very consistent groups, which probably has a lot to do with its build quality and heft and things of that nature. As far as the single action, double action trigger goes on this gun, I do think it has a good trigger on it. I don't think it's the best trigger ever, and you can certainly get trigger jobs done or find a modern gun that's gone through a custom shop that would be better. But I think if you took just a off-the-shelf factory gun, like I will even use an example like my SP101 that I have, and if I compare this to the trigger on my Ruger Speed 6 that I now have, the Speed 6 definitely has a significantly better trigger. Though the area that I am going to put a pause on that is I need to look at the reset on the newer guns versus this older gun. While this older gun does have a very smooth double action trigger, it is also a very long double action trigger, like most are, but it also has a very, very long reset. And it's like the whole return length you have to go through for that to reset, which is long. That's a long reset. And I don't know, I haven't shot my SP101 recently enough to recall if that one is exactly the same in that regard or not, but we will be doing a comparison and we will find that out. So we'll keep an eye out for that video in the future. Now here's an outdoor clip from yesterday where I'm shooting a 25-yard gong. I should have probably flipped these 2 days and shot at the targets first to figure out where the sights are. But hey, it was a lot of fun still going out yesterday, even if it was a little breezy out there. Can't pick the weather. Now by the end of this 50-round box that I shot through here this morning, I would say I was getting a lot more comfortable with how the blade and groove sights are set up on this gun. Compared to modern and semi-autos, a 6-shot revolver is probably not desirable to most people. However, I think this is an excellent gun, and if you like revolvers, definitely keep your eyes peeled for one of these Ruger 6 family guns. They are hard guns to beat in terms of value for money, even at today's prices. And they're significantly more than they went for way back then. And while I got this video going, I'm going to give a shout out to this dude with an awesome beard here. While I was shooting pistol all morning, I did not realize it until the end, where he was creasing up all my brass there, keeping the walkway at the range clear for everybody. Definitely doing my job as cleanup what I was going to do at the end of my session like I normally do. So big shout out there. I definitely appreciate the help. It's good range people like that really make our ranges around here pleasant to go to. So in closing, for our episode 1 of the Used Gun of the Month series, I don't know how we're going to top this Speed 6 in a future episode, but we're going to give it a go. In all my years as a collector, in the, 15 plus years of going to gun shows, going to shops regularly, this is actually the first one of these I've seen in person. Now sure, I could have bought one online, had it shipped to my FFL and taken a chance on that. But we're seeing this in person at a local shop I paid $550 for it, which I think is a very fair price, especially for the condition this gun was in. I wouldn't call it like new, but I would say it was in very good condition. And as a shooter, this one is, I mean, I think it fits the definition of a shooter. It's a very shootable gun, very accurate, and it's definitely one that I'm looking forward to shooting more in the future. And I do know someone that has the Security 6, and we're going to be doing a Security 6 versus Speed 6 video coming up. And then we're also going to compare this gun against a few different of the SP101 models in 38-357 to see if they really are better than this Speed 6 or if they're worse. Now I have a suspicion where that coin is gonna, which side it's gonna fall, but hey, we're gonna put it through its paces and find out for sure. I hope you found that useful, and as always, thanks for watching and have a good day.